What's up guys, New Account here. Today I want to bring you my S guide for BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. S is a strong character in BBTag and has all the tools you will need to handle almost any situation. She can slow down the pace of a match with her projectile game, or she can mix you up and rush you down for strong wake up pressure. She can also provide good assist coverage as a partner with easy combo extensions or additional zoning tools. S is a character that is simple enough for new players to learn while still giving enough tools for veteran players to master. So S's? Saber's foray is a fast close range jab good for push block baiting and fast combo starters. 5A is her primary close range poke tool while 2A is her go-to low starter. 5A has a respectable range and can be used to bait push blocks or used as a guard check. Her 5AA and 5AAA auto combos are your go-to hit confirms. It should be noted that 5AAA has a shorter range than 5AA, so if you are max range you might miss your 5AAA, which can be game changing sometimes. And then her 5AA is an auto combo ender that launches the enemy away. S's 5B and 5BB causes her to swing her sword leaving behind her crest arts. The crest arts then activate causing a double hit. These normals have a relatively long startup but are great for combos and can sometimes be used to control space. Sometimes. It is however an excellent high damage DP punish starter. 2B is a great anti-air move that can be jump cancelled and converted into a combo. Her 5C is the universal overhead while 2C is a far-reaching sweep. 2C will be used to confirm the majority of her combos. As for her air moves, her JA and JAA are good for air-to-air hit confirms. Her JB causes a knockdown, can cross up, and can be used as an instant overhead, while her JC is an amazing circle slash that activates crest arts and is amazing for cross-ups and Oki setups. As for her special moves, her first one is her 236 or quarter circle forward projectiles known as shooters. The A version creates a slow, small projectile. The B version is a faster projectile, while the C version is the EX projectile which can be comboed off of in the corner. If S presses the button again while she's shooting a projectile, she can shoot a double projectile. A cool thing to note is that if S combines a light projectile with a medium projectile, they will combine into one large projectile which has the EX version's properties. All of her projectiles can be performed in the air as well, the difference being that the A and B version shoots at different angles. S's 214 or quarter circle back commands are known as her type slashers. Her A version is a command grab that will whiff on crouching opponents but is highly rewarding if landed. Her B version is an overhead slash, and if you hold the B button, the overhead has a longer startup but will lead into a knockdown which can be comboed off of. You should also note that the charged B version is very advantageous on block. Her C version is a charging two-part slash. The first part is a horizontal slash, and if you press the button again, you'll get the vertical slash. This special is used in the majority of her combos. Lastly, we can mention S's DP, which also has two parts. The first part is a rising slash, and if you press the button again, you will get a knockdown ender. S's first distortion is her 236 or quarter circle forward B plus C. This distortion fires off an incredibly fast projectile that covers a large majority of the screen. This special is incredible for full screen punishes. Her second distortion is 214 or quarter circle back B plus C. S slashes through her opponent and it is your go-to distortion ender. S also has a useful set of assists. Her 5P is essentially her 214 or quarter circle back slasher and is amazing for combo conversion. Her 6P launches her projectiles as an assist, while her 4P is a backflip slash that activates her crest and is a good tool for combo conversions and sometimes an anti-air. So S's neutral is flexible and can adapt to almost any situation. She has two main components being her zone game and her Oki game. So S's zone game revolves around shooting her projectiles at different angles and speeds. If S chooses, she can play a relatively solid keep away game and every projectile hit is free damage. However, her projectiles are less for keeping away and more for harassment. They are for sending a message that you don't have to be near your opponent to be a threat. That just because they're not in your sword's range, it doesn't mean that they are safe. Her projectiles can be used to slowly push opponents into the corner, or they can be used to force your opponent into rushing into them or making a mistake. They can be used to slow down enemy momentum, or they can be used to extend your block pressure. Her projectiles are overall essential to her kit. So a quick note about fighting characters like you and Ruby, If they don't want to deal with your zoning, given that they have a far-reaching dive move, they can choose to turtle into the corner and then dive right out, calling an assist and making it safe. Just be aware that that's an option for those characters and to not fall for that trick. JC is another notable tool that you could throw out in neutral occasionally. You might sometimes catch an enemy with a JC and convert it into a full damage combo. But overall, her zoning is less about keep away and more about full screen harassment and maintaining that momentum. The second part of S's playstyle is an aggressive snowballing Oki paradise. S is a character that gets incredible mileage from a knockdown, especially in the corner. Her combos are also great for corner carry. Once she gets the ball rolling, she has an in-your-face aggression and has the tools to open you up between her overhead, command grab, and cross-ups. Her JC provides for an incredible meaty Oki setup, and her long-reaching normals such as her 5A make her perfect for poking your opponent and baiting out DPs. The key to S's neutral is not about being a good zoner or being a good aggressor, but being able to switch between the two on the fly and knowing when to go in and when to back off. For example, if your opponent is a Gordeau or a Tager that just loves hitting 5B whenever you get near them, zone them out and force them to come to you and punish their mistakes. One word of warning about air projectiles is that if you do it and become very predictable, the opponent can actually run under you and anti-air you on your landing, so be careful of that. Overall, once S gets the ball rolling, your opponent will not have a good time. So let's talk about how to get that ball rolling with her mix-ups and Oki setups. I'll provide a few examples that'll get you started with S. Over time, people will discover some more crazy setups, so you should keep your eye out for those. So a fundamental S mix-up is her 2-1-4 or quarter circle back B overhead. When you start playing S, you'll probably have the habit of using this every chance you get. But really, it's not that safe since your opponent can actually DP or even super if you become very predictable. However, that doesn't make it any less of a tool. Use this overhead with an assist during your opponent's wake up or randomly in a block string. This leads to the second layer of having an overhead mix-up. Once you've conditioned your opponent to start blocking the overhead, you can start using the command grab variation. Be aware that this is a very high risk, high reward option that only works once you've properly conditioned your opponent to block high. It should be noted that if your opponent remains crouching, you will fly right over their head and it will be incredibly unsafe. However, if you call an assist at the same time, it will actually become a cross-up and it will make you safe. Depending on the assist, it can actually combo. I'm not really an advocate for this type of mix-up, but you should be aware that it's a thing and you get a lot of mileage when it lands. It should be noted that the charged 2-1-4B is not only safe on block but very advantageous, creating a frame trap if they block it. A good mix-up that S has is her JB. JB can actually be used as an instant overhead. You don't get much using this on its own, but combined with an assist, this can get kind of ugly, especially on wake up. Use this tool sparingly throughout the match. Her JB can also be used as an instant air dash cross-up. The tool I enjoy using the most with S is her JC cross-up. This cross-up will get you so much mileage in a match when you land it. You can instant air dash on an opponent's wake up and hit them with a JC cross-up. The double hit will make it safe on block, and if it hits, the launch up will make it easy for conversions. So speaking of JC, this brings us right into her Oki setups. As of right now, S's Oki revolves very much so on JC meaty setups. Your opponent is forced to respect it, especially in the corner. If they push a button, they will get counter hit. If they mash DP, you can just wait on the second hit of the JC to check for their guard. And if they tech out of the corner, the JC will still be in range to hit them while putting you in the optimal range for a cross-up JC. There's only one small drawback to the setup, just like everything else in the game, and that is push block. On wake up, your opponent is able to push block the meaty JC, but that's really their only safe option on wake up. Don't forget she still has her overhead command grab mix-up on wake up. Mid-screen, her Oki isn't as strong because back tech places the opponent out of the JC range. However, that is okay since she can still tech chase the opponent given her fast ground movement speed. Or you can also just opt to shoot projectiles. So I could go on and talk about all of the possible partners for S, but she can honestly work on any team. She's just that flexible and well-rounded. I'm not saying S is the end-all character, but she is just so well-rounded and can adapt to any playstyle. The only thing S is really lacking is an abusable move in neutral like Ruby, Yu, and Gordeau have. But if I had to give you advice, really it's just pair S with anyone, I'm not kidding. You need a Rushdown character to support your new Yukiko and Rachel zoning? Pick S. You need a good zoner with projectile assist to back up your Chie, Linne, or Broske? Pick S. You just need a lolly on your team? Pick S. She's just that solid. And so now I'll give you some combos to get you started on your way with learning S. Remember, any of these combos can be adjusted to suit your needs and levels of execution. If you choose to simplify a combo or optimize it, feel free to do so. In fact, I encourage it. There's been a lot of good work done in the S combo department on YouTube already, and I'll put some links in the description. Overall, S is an incredibly solid and adaptable character. If she needs to slow down the pace of the match, she has the tools to do so. And if she needs to be an aggressor, she can shift gears instantly. Remember, the trick to S is to know when you should be aggressive and when you should play defensive. That will actually vary from player to player and matchup to matchup. But once S gets the ball rolling, she is a powerful character that will wreck through her opponents. That being said, if you like this video, please leave a like. Not so much for me, but to increase the chances of other people that would need this video to see it. My goal here is to just inform the public about S. Please leave any feedback in the comments below, as I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.